I hope you can. So, we have already discussed first type of conditional sentence and zero type of conditional sentence. Do you remember? Yeah. So, what is it about zero type? Present simple plus present simple. And the meanings? In what situations can we use it? When it's a fact, something that is always true. What's about first type of conditional sentence? If plus present simple plus will. Meaning? Usually. Something that is usually true. And also we say that, I told you that after some time, I will tell you about second and third type of conditional sentences, yeah? So, when we talk about, like, let me continue, yes? What it were realistic and unrealistic? Unreal, yes. You can write the same page, okay? Again, you don't need to start a new page. Find the same page with conditional sentences, find the part with unreal, and again, use only half of the page if it is possible, because we are only talking about second type of conditional sentence. Is it same? Okay, so I'm so sorry. When we talk about second type of conditional sentence, it is something that is unreal about present or future. So please understand it very, very carefully. When we talk about unreal situations, we can talk about today, we can talk about unreal situations in future, like our fantasies, our dreams, and we can talk about unreal situations in the past. Like, what would you have changed if you had the time machine and you could have traveled to the past? We are now talking only about second type, and second type is only about present or future unreal situations, unrealistic situations, okay? So, and because it's unrealistic, we use past simple to show that it is unrealistic. Here is one more important thing. Do not translate second and third conditional sentences into Russian, because when you translate, you confuse it, okay? Because in Russian, translation is absolutely the same. And when you translate, it will make your mind think that you are doing something wrong. Because the second type of conditional sentence, we need if with past simple in the first part. And in the second part, we are going to use would plus verb. No ending, no prefix, no suffix, nothing absolutely. If past simple, would verb. Okay? For example, if I had $1 billion. By the way, what would you do if you had $1 billion now? I would buy a house. Okay. What's about you?
Buy a sport car
Buy a sport
and
car.
travel
Yeah,
and travel in another country.
Very good idea. What would you guys do? I would buy a house in car. Okay, very good. So we can say, if I had $1 billion, I would buy a house, maybe a mansion, and a car. What is the interest of buying just one house? You would buy 7, 10 houses and never work until the end of your days and just relax. Okay, so this is unreal situation for the second time. We also can use it to talk about future. For example, okay, I will not write it, just listen. If I studied in Harvard after 10 years, I would live in London. So it's logical, okay? Okay, this looks more like the first type of conditional. If I studied at Harvard, I would choose like computer studies. Because it's my fantasy, I'm not really going to Harvard. So as you can see, second type of conditional also depends on you. What you mean? Is it your fantasy and second type, or is it your real plan and first type of conditional sentence? One more interesting thing about second type of conditional sentence is when you use I, if she, if he, and other pronouns in official formal language and in majority of school texts, you are going to use not was, but were. Like it is a little bit old style. And today, an informal language, when you speak to your friends and so on, you would not say if I were. But if you are doing a school test or if you are writing an exam, then probably they expect you to answer like this. And it's also better to answer on academic exam with if I were, because you know it's academic exam, it's not informal. So like if I were, if okay, girls, if I were a frog, what would you do? If you were a frog, what would you do every day? I would eat flowers every day. Okay. I would eat flowers. Why not? So, this is absolutely unrealistic, right? And the meaning of this example is just, it's not if I was, it is if I were. Because it is formal language. In what situations could you use it? Usually on academic exams such as IELTS, when they ask you something that you have never done in your life, for example, tell me about traveling which you really disliked, but you do not know what to tell because you have loved all the travel trips that you have done in your life. So you just move to second type of conditional sentence and start telling, like, if there was a traveling that I would not like, it would be because, and everything was past simple and would. Okay. So is this clear? Yes. All right, we have one more thing to talk about it, but we will talk about it on the next lesson. It is quite easy and not that important right at the moment. Let's try to do one exercise, two actually. On page 117, there are exercises 1 and 2. And like it starts with if I am where 18. Can you see? So this exercise and next exercise. Do not do I wish exercises, please.